Yo guys, what's up? It's SubZero here, and welcome to the RuneCore Guide 2013 RuneCore Guide. To get a little basic things out the way, RuneCore is a 666 based economy server, so yeah, you can spawn and it has an economy to it, as you can see right now on screen, like people selling stuff, buying stuff, and all that nonsense and all that jazz. Alright, so what we're gonna do is we're just gonna get down with the basics. We're gonna tell you the basics right away. We're gonna do this guide short, quick, straight to the point, and I hope you guys enjoy. Alright. Okay, so the first thing that happens once you log into runecore.org and you make your account, sorry about that, I'm lagging a little bit, but let's get through with the guide. As soon as you make your account and you log into the game for the first time, you should be spawned with 10 mil, if I am not mistaken. Before it used to be 20 mil, but they reduced it to 10. And with this 10 mil, you can go a long way actually. You can really buy a lot of stuff, or you can go the short way and just end up buying all the expensive stuff and then struggling for money if you die, because most of the people on this game go onto this game to PK, even though you can skill in this game, which is a plus on private servers. Not a lot of private servers, well, a lot of them can skill and stuff, but this one's pretty good for skilling and all that nonsense. You can see I'm 88 crafting, and that's the only skill I was training because I AFK sometimes. Anyways, to be level 138, well, first to be level 126, can't find anyone 126 right now, but to be 126, you type in this code at the bottom of my chat box. You type in double colon master, and you hit enter, and then boom, you should jump from level 3 to level 126. Now if you want to be a level 138 like me, all you have to do is type in double colon set level space 23 space 99, and that should give you 99 summoning, which allows you to spawn Wolpertingers, pickaxe, and all other summoning monsters, and boost your combat level up to level 138 like everyone else around me besides that guy who I just right clicked and I can't find. Okay, you will be on the regular prayer book and the regular mage's book, so in order to change that, if you want to go hybriding, to change into the ancient magic spell book, you type in double colon switch space and then 1. That should put you on the ancient magics one. The original one, if you want to switch back for some reason, you type in double colon switch 0, and as you can see right here, boom, I have the old magic spell book. And to go to lunars, if you just want to edge PK, since a lot of people like to edge PK on this game too, and they like to, if I lower my screen, you can see, well, over here they just like to bet PK, so like you just edge PK for money. Anyways, to get into the lunar spell book, you type in double colon switch space and then 2, and that should put you on the lunar spell book, as you can see right here. Now, one thing that isn't really fixed yet on this game is you can't really hide the other teleport stuff, so that might be a problem for some people who PK like that, like me and my other channel. I used to hide everything else, have my vengeance like all the way up here, and it would be easy. But on this game, the lunar spellbook has to be in this order. Like, you can put it in any other order, but if you do something else, it'll immediately switch back to the original order down here. So that's just a heads up on that. And yeah, that's basically that, covering the spellbooks. Why am I still on lunars? Okay, so now we are level 138. We still have our 10 mil, and we have access to the mage's books. But to get onto the curses instead of regular prayers, there is an altar a little bit north of Edgebank, right here, the altar of Zeros. Once you click on it, it switches you from either normals to curses or curses to normals. All you have to do is click on it once, and boom, you have a different spellbook. Now, with these little stalls you see here, you might be wondering what are they for. They are actually to train your thieving. This is a nice way to make money if you are struggling on money, but I'll cover that on another part of this video. So for now, we have our basics codes out, level 138, 99 summoning, spellbooks, and to check how many players, for some reason, if you want to know that, all you have to do is type in colon, double colon, and players, and it should tell you. Even though all you have to do is click right here, and it tells you how many players are online, besides the players in the lobby. So, yeah. Okay, so now that we covered part of the basics, as I mentioned earlier, this is a spawn and economy server. So you're wondering, Luigi, how do I spawn things? I want to spawn things. But before I show you how to spawn things, if we quickly run over to the northwest of the Edgeville area, northwest, right? Yeah, northwest, okay. You'll see the general store, and this general store is not no ordinary general store that sells pots and other utilities that are really useless in a private server. This general store, you basically buy stuff for PKing, like gloves and defenders, and as you can see, as I quickly clicked on some of them, they tell you the price. So with this 10 mil, if you want a PK, I'll just basically revolve this guide around PKing for now. If you want a PK, I advise buying a set of gloves, a defender here, and that's what this guy sells, a jat, however you want to pronounce it. This Skullgrimmon guy, you right click him, he sells helmets and rings, and each helmet has their own price. So as you can see right there, the Helm of Natives Knots is worth 53k, so I'll grab me a helmet of that. And these rings, I personally don't like buying rings like this, I'd rather buy Ring of Recoils, but yeah, these are the prices. Berserker rings 4.1, Warrior 462k, Archers 1.4, and Seer's ring 293k. You can sell them back, but all you have to do is right click and it tells you how much you can sell your item back for. You obviously won't make a profit or make back money on buying and selling, and it won't be the same. So that's just the guy that I'm helping out on RuneCore. He's new to the game. Shout out to you, Cadet Rodri. He is a subscriber of mine now, so thank you for subscribing. And this guide is basically for players like you who want to get into the game and play. Wait, I have to show him exactly how it is. Wow, nice voice crack, Luigi. Okay. Alright, so now that we covered Skullgrimmon with the helmets and rings, we talked to the shop assistant, and he sells you PKing supplies, like rings and pots and food and tabs and, yeah, and amulets. Yeah, I thought I said amulets before, but I didn't. Okay, the trick to this, you cannot use the buy 500 option anymore. Harry, the owner of the server, he has to currently fix that. You can use the buy 50. So if we quickly just stockpile on those, I don't use super defense because that's what Ceridome and Bruise are for. Alright, so we can buy Ring of Recoils. They never... Oh, snap. Sorry about that. I did not know they were not noted. Oh, but they do show which items are noted in here, so yeah. I'm just gonna quickly buy some placeholders and stuff for that. And yeah. What these Ring of Recoils do, they act like regular Ring of Recoils in RuneScape, and if you have never used them, they just deal back some damage whenever you receive damage from your opponent. And the special thing about these ones are that they never really degrade, or they don't have a hit cap, so you can always wear them and they never run out. You can bank them, take them back out. So yeah, I just buy multiples because if I die, you do not keep them. Okay, moving on to the shopkeeper. He sells armor and weapons, and we can see right here how much everything costs. The Abyssal Whip is 2.9 mil, so I'd buy one for now. I can basically hold my own buying a whip, so like I don't have to buy a placeholder because I'm kind of confident. I won't do a PKing guide on this video, so yeah, you won't probably see me PK, but in my other videos that I do have on this channel, you can see me PKing and hybriding. So yeah, you can basically see that I do okay. But yeah, that's what the shopkeeper sells. Moving on to Low, he is the ranger man. So if you like to range BK, he has all your range supplies. I personally buy a black d'hide body just because it is used for hybriding tank as well, tanking against mage. I do not use double hides because double hides are for fags. Sorry about that. But yeah, you can buy all this stuff, and you can basically click on the items and it shows you what they are worth. Moving on to the magic store owner, guess what he sells? Magic supplies! Yay! Alright, so he sells infinity boots, regular old mystics, ancient staffs, mages books, and all other ancient books, master wands, and runes. But the special thing about this, the only spelt mage book that does not require runes is the ancient one, so you can cast ice barrages without having any runes, but you cannot cast vengeances without having any vengeance runes, so you can buy the vengeance runes here. But as you can see, the buy 500 option does not work, so it would take a while. But that's where the spawning comes in after I show you guys the last guy named Horvik. He sells crafting supplies. Crafting is used to make money into the game, and I'll show you guys what I mean about that right after I cover the spawning side of the game. I did trade him, I don't know what happened, but there we go. He sells gems and chisels, so you can buy these gems and you cut them back, and once you can, sorry about the stuttering, once you can cut dragon stones, you sell them back to make a profit. So that's how most people make money into the game, is if I right click you see a pile of people, that's what they're doing, they're cutting dragon stones and they're making money. But I'll cover the make money part of the guide in a second. Now let me just cover the spawning. Alrighty, now to cover the spawn side of the server. Right now, to use the spawning websites, well, the websites to get the item codes to spawn items, I'll pop them up to the screen right about now. These are the two websites you can use to spawn in any basic private server that spawns items. There is itemdb.biz and runelocust.com/tools/itemlist.html. I personally use RuneLocust because it provides a little image whenever you type in whatever you want to spawn. Like, let's say you want to spawn infinity. Sorry that I took them off, but I left them on the screen for a little bit. So when you're on RuneLocust or itemdb.biz, there will be a search bar. You can type whatever item you're looking to spawn. Now the trick to this is you cannot spawn every single item you see in this game. Like completionist capes, you must donate money, in real life money, to obtain a completionist cape. They are tradable, but you cannot PK them because they will always be an item you can keep. Now there are some things that are called 1 GP spawns, like these robes you see right here, infinity blue robes. They are worth 1 GP. So if I quickly type in I have another window open, sorry, infinity top. If I quickly try to spawn the blue robes, the item code, first of all, to type, to enter codes, you have to do :item space, insert the item code here, so I'm just going to type that in, insert item code here, and then space again, and then insert the amount here. Alright, so that's basically the code, the little basic layout to spawn items. :item, insert code here, insert amount here. Alright, so now I'm just going to do a quick little example. So if I want to spawn an infinity top, a blue one, let's say, the item code I see is 15606. So item 15606, and let's spawn 1. Alright, after you click enter, you see that the infinity spawned, and it reduced only 1 GP. You cannot examine your cash stack, but I'm certain it only reduces 1 GP because this is what they call a 1 GP spawn. It does have stats as regular infinity, like the rainbow colored ones, but for some reason the rainbow colored ones cost more. So there are some items in the game that are 1 GP spawns. On the other hand, as you saw, there were no dragon boots in the general store, and guess what? You have to spawn them. So the spawn code for dragon boots, I know this one by heart because I buy so many, is :item 11732, and then let's just spawn 2. Dragon boots, they do cost a little bit of money. They cost around 200 and something K, I believe, or almost 300 something K each. So yeah, I'm not really certain on how much they actually cost, but they do cost money, so beware on how many you are trying to spawn. Alright, now since we don't have a staff for hybriding, we have to actually spawn one. Sorry about that pause, okay. So the spawn code is 15486 for the Staff of Light item, 15486. We'll just spawn one because I don't even think I have enough money for a Staff of Light actually. Yeah, as you can see, if you don't have enough cash, it tells you how much money you need for the Staff of Light. Staff of Light is currently 5.2 mil, so right now we currently don't have the money for that. And on that note, now that you know how to spawn things, you use these two websites, only these two websites, so be sure to copy them right, and pause the video if you'd like to copy them, and be sure that these websites are the ones you go to spawn items. There are items you cannot spawn, such as God armor, like God Wars armor, like Bandos, Armadillo. Next armors you cannot spawn. There are only some mods and admins who do have them, but they do not abuse them. In-game, you cannot spawn Dragon Claws. There are no Dragon Claws in this game, only mods have them, and they rarely use them. You can't spawn God Swords. You must obtain the pieces from God Wars, like the Armadillo hilt, the Bandos hilt, and other hilts, and you must obtain the God Sword blades to then make one of your own. Alright, now let's cover the money part of the guide. Okay, so what I've done now to cover the money part of the game, the money making part of the game, I've banked all the cash in the bank. These banks actually work, so yeah, don't be afraid to use them. To cover the money part of the game, the stalls that I mentioned earlier, they are actually for thieving, and this is a fresh way to start. These stalls currently, you need different thieving levels to thieve from them. This is the highest level stall, giving you the most profit from each thief. You need 85 for that one, 70 for this one. For this one you need 50, for this one you need 25. So, guess what? You have to start from this stall right here. And once you thieve for the first time, you see you go up 7 levels. And this guy right here named Sigmund the Merchant, you can actually sell the stuff you thieve to him. You thieve to him. So he does have these 5 items from those 5 stalls that you sell them to. And as you can see right there, he gave me 2.8k per silk. Each time you do thieve from these, you do receive the same items, so yeah, you can just basically spam click. Sorry about the little mess ups I'm having right now. It's my first guide and I'm doing okay, I find. But yeah, after you get a full inventory of these, you should be level 25, so you should be level 38, I think it is, and you can move on to the next stall, and to the next one, and to the next one. This way is one of the slowest ways to make, well, this is a quick way to make money, but one of the slowest ways to make them on the server, because to make 10 mil again, it's gonna be a while of just clicking here and then selling to this guy and coming back and selling and coming back and selling. Okay, moving on to a quicker method of making money is actually crafting. So if you go to Horvik over here, you can, this guy's talking to me. Is he talking to me in PM? No, guess not. Okay, you buy a chisel from Horvik to start crafting, and right here, to craft the first sapphire, you do need around level 16 crafting, I think it is, or something about that. So what you have to do is spawn the first inventory of, it is opal gems. So to spawn opal, I think it is opal, it should be opal. It's not spawning, and I already told you how. 1 second, guys. Okay, I am back, and to spawn, to spawn opal runes, uncut opals, sorry, I'm getting sidetracked here, let me just turn this off for a second. To spawn uncut opals, which is what you need, the spawn code is item 1625, and then you spawn the amount you need to spawn. So I can only spawn 25 right now, so if I spawn 25, you see they reduced my cash stack, and they are in your inventory. So after you cut the first inventory of these opals, you should have enough crafting level to spawn, well, to cut sapphires. So that's when you buy sapphires from this guy and you sell them back. That is not when you make the profit. And also, this is, you cannot sell these opals, so I advise you drop them or bank them into your bank. So, if you have a little bit of cash left over, well, you have to basically do this with cash, so I suggest you thieve, and then move on over here and basically, buy your gems, your required gems. Alright, so I'll be right back after I stop dropping these. Alright, so I'm sorry I cannot do the demonstration for each gem until you reach level 55 crafting, because at level 55 crafting, that is when the profit comes rolling in. As you can see, these uncut dragon stones, they are worth 13k each, so if I quickly buy one and craft it, well, and cut it, not craft it, you do get some experience by this, by the way, but it doesn't really matter unless if you are going for XP. You can see I sell them back for 43.6 mil. I mean K. Whoa. Nice numbers there, Luigi. I do refer to myself as Luigi because that is my in real life name, even though my name on this game is SubZero, but on RuneScape it is actually Luigi. So yeah, as you can see, there is massive profit there. You can calculate that yourself. My brain is a little bit tired to doing that, so yeah, for each inventory you do make around 900k profit by cutting dragon stones. So I advise you to train your crafting up to level 55 and then start doing that. That is a really good way of making money on this server. So yeah, now as you can see, we buffed up our cash stack to 52k from only 22k, and just by cutting one dragon stone, so you can see how powerful they actually are. Right now, as you can see on screen, people are buying and selling stuff. Now, what people do on this game is they buy vote points. As you can see, I have 8 because I usually sell my vote points. And you see these little money signs here, these cash signs, these cash money signs, you get those from donating to the server. If you donate $10 to the server, you get Extreme Donator, and you get these 3 money bags, which allow you to yell. As you can see what these guys are doing right here, they are actually typing, even though they're not on my screen right now. They could be anywhere, and if they type in yell and then their message here, you see it says, in order to yell you must be a donator. I am not a donator on this account, so yeah, I cannot demonstrate that for you. But what people actually do is they buy and sell votes. You can sell a vote. Right here you see this guy buying votes for 600 mil. So that is a really decent way, really good way of making money. So that is all you really have to do. You sell one vote. If you want, you can sell them to a donator, which are more trusted than random people who just spam around saying that they're buying votes. But the actual price for buying votes right now, as this video is being made, is around 500 mil, I see. So people buying for less money, they are actually, I guess they should be legit, because if not, that's kind of awkward. So yeah, after you sell a vote, I'm just going to withdraw some cash. What they pay you out in is either full cash, like 600 mil, or Onyx. Onyx is a currency in this game as well, because after max cash, any cash you add on to the cash pile just disappears and you lose it out of the game. So what people do is they give you Onyxes. And each Onyx piece is worth 10 million GP. So, guess what? 10 Onyxes is worth 100 mil, so 60 Onyxes is 600 mil. You sell them back to the shop if you want actual cash and not Onyx, because you can't spawn things with Onyx instead of cash, so you need cash. But you can also buy stuff with Onyx, with other players. So as you can see right here, this guy's trying to buy an Armadillo God Sword for 200, well, for 2 Bill, because every 100 Onyxes is 1 Bill. You can see people buy Onyxes for a little bit more cash because no one actually sells them for the general store price, because if not, you can just sell them to the general store. People usually sell them to other players to make profit. So yeah, that's how you make money on this game. You either buy well, you either sell votes. Oh, I forgot to tell you what votes actually do. If you quickly run over to Party Pete, he's always in his little red party hat. This is what you get from votes and vote points. As you can see, there is a 250k cash stack. Each time you want to collect a 250k cash stack, that is worth 1 vote point. Now that is really not even useful because you can just basically sell 1 vote and make more than 300% of that. You see the whipvine is worth 20 vote points. Is it the whipvine? No. The whipvine is worth 15 vote points. The teleblock ability, which no one really uses unless if you're luring or doing some other malicious activities in the game, they're worth 20. The arcane stream, which is very useful when hybriding. Keep in mind these items you automatically keep if you die, no matter how many items you have in your inventory that are expensive or not. These items, besides the cash, you always keep in your inventory after you die. So yeah, as you can see, the status Warhammer is worth, I believe it's 150 vote points, so you're going to have to buy a lot of votes for that, which is why people mostly buy votes. They buy votes for these 2 items right here. The corrupt version of these items, like Statius and Vestas, they do not degrade either, but they do not have the spec weapon, so, well, the spec option. So these are the 2 that have the spec options. The Vesta's longsword is 200 vote points, and the mystery box is worth 350 vote points. Each time you get a mystery box, 9 times out of 10, it is a very rare item, so that's why people actually buy votes and to try to make more money into this game. So, that about concludes the voting part of the game. Let's move on to the PK points part of the game. So to get PK points, you actually have to PK people, and that's where you get Dragon Defenders, if you did not know. So, the Dragon Defender is worth 20 PK points, the Fighter's Torso is worth 40 PK points, and these 2, the Karasi Special Attack, is worth 1000 PK points and 500 mil cash. So you can spawn a Karasi for free, but you just won't be able to use the spec option because you have to actually kill 1000 people to use it. And you have the Zuriels and Corrupt Zuriels and Battle Robes, which are worth a lot of PK points. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this part of the guide as well. Now I'm just gonna run through my guide and see if I forgot anything important, and if I did, please be sure to leave it in the comment section below. One thing I did forget, and it was the most important thing, was how to get around the game. Yeah. Okay, so basically to get home, which is Edgeville, you can either type ;: or double right arrows, which is what I call them. I don't know the correct terminology for them, but if you type that and you type home, you automatically spawn here in Edgeville, which is your home. You can also go to breeding spots, and to get to well, first of all, to get a fire cape, you type in that and Jad, right? So once you type in Jad, you'll be spawned here. Don't worry, he is not on auto attack. So there are 4 Jads. Well, there are 4 corners. You can find a Jad here, you can find a Jad over here, you can, well, there are more corners, but you can find Jads in every single dead end you see around here. So that's how to fight Jad. So if we quickly go home, there's this little house next to Edgeville Bank, this little house with the water drop and the pan on it. You can walk right in here. The door is just there for cosmetic reasons, and you talk to Doris. And what happens when you talk to Doris is she shows you a teleport list, right? And this is where you basically can train if you don't want to just become maxed out like I am. You can train at rock crabs and all that stuff. Sorry about that. If you click out the options, the text dialog just goes away. You can do mini games. They have this awesome little zombie mini game that no one really does anymore because people just like PK nowadays. You can also go to bosses, which is God Wars, Nomad, and these 2 are coming soon. But right now, if you just want to fight the bosses at God Wars, you type in that and a telly space and then the boss you want to do, it being Bandos. It spawns you directly into the Bandos room. You can do the a telly thing again, and you type into Armadillo, spawns you into the Armadillo room. If you get attacked, you cannot do these teleport commands, so which is why I'm doing them kind of quick. But these are really good ways of making money, PVM in the game, like unless if you just want to sell votes, but you can only vote 12 hours per same IP. So if you do have a VPN or a I believe it's static or dynamic IP, yeah, dynamic IP, you can just unplug and plug in your router and you have a new IP and you can just keep selling votes. So right now I'm just going to demonstrate how to sell a vote. Right now this guy is advertising Spunking FC for selling votes, well, for buying votes. So yeah, I'm just gonna try this FC out. I've never tried it before. I usually just sell them to people who are yelling and they seem legit, but right now no one is actually buying votes besides here. So who's buying a vote? And I'll cut back once I get the guy. Okay, so I'm actually going to sell the vote to the FC owner, so he probably won't even scam me. But since I am on the downloadable client, well, if you're on the web client, there are going to be these yellow buttons at the top of this RuneScape screen, like right up here, and you'll see the vote button. But on the client, you can see these buttons right here, like the vote guides and other stuff. And as soon as you click vote, it should pop you up onto another screen like this in your web client, and this is where you can vote for RuneCore. You type in the username that you're going to sell the vote to, not your own username, the person you're going to sell it to. In this case, his name being Spunking, and as you can see, I do sell votes, so yeah. Right now, Rune Locust does not accept RuneCore votes, so it says that it is, you know, it's just not, it's banned from the RuneCore website, well, Rune Locust website, so you can't really sell votes via RuneCore. So you just click here, click top 100 arena, and you click submit, and it should redirect you into this little page where it says vote for RuneCore on top 100 arena, and you type in the little text that shows you here. And once you do that, all you have to do is click vote for RuneCore when the guy says get ready to vote. Okay, so I'm ready, and I'll cut back once I click vote. Okay, so now as you can see, it is my turn to vote. I click the vote button on the other page and it is redirecting to the next page. So as soon as I type in claim, you should see right here, as soon as it pops up, he has gained 3 vote points. So once that happens, you trade him and he should give you 60 onyxes, which is worth 600 mil. 10 mil each. I will demonstrate that right now. So he'll accept the trade. Thank you. And now we have ourselves 60 onyxes, right? So what you do right after that is you run over to Horvik, the crafting guy. Once you run over to Horvik, you quickly trade him, and I'll demonstrate that onyxes are worth 10 mil each. You sell 1 onyx to him and you receive 10 mil. Sell another one to him, 20 mil, another one, 30, 40, 50. But right now, I actually kind of need cash, so I'll just sell it all to him. And boom, we have ourselves 609 mil, because if you buy them off him, they're worth 14 mil, but you sell them back to him for 10.2. So yeah, I do not advise buying them from here, if not off a second-hand player. So that, hopefully, that shows you how to do everything in the game basic wise. This has been an in-depth guide. I will be putting timestamps into the video, so you don't have to watch the video the whole thing. If not, I'll just label it out. And I hope you guys enjoyed the guide. So if for any other questions, feel free to join my FC. And